You've heard Huawei got banned for spying. You've also heard it was just America crushing a rival it couldn't beat. Here's the annoying part. Both are wrong. Let's do the timeline everyone half remembers. December 2018, Huawei's chief financial officer, Meng Wanzhou, gets arrested at the Vancouver airport. May 2019, the US drops Huawei onto the entity list, cutting it off from American technology. Then the bans stack up. Washington, London, allies in a line. It looks like a spy movie. It mostly wasn't. Narrative 1. No, it's all proven spying. Backdoors in every box. Here's what the record actually shows. That famous arrest. Not a spying charge at all. Bank fraud. For allegedly misleading a bank about Huawei's business in Iran. And the big 2012 congressional report everyone cites. After a year of digging, investigators couldn't point to a single backdoor Huawei had planted in U.S. gear. To this day, no government has published a smoking gun backdoor. Claims of classified proof, sure, but nothing ever put on the table. Sit with that. Now, narrative 2. The reply guy favorite. See, it's baseless. Pure protectionism. America just torching a competitor. That's lazy too, because the fear was never fantasy. China's 2017 intelligence law says, in plain text, that organizations shall support state intelligence work. You don't need a backdoor found today, when the law can be read to compel one tomorrow. That's not a phone feature, that's a legal fact. So here's the quiet part. Both sides skip. Absence of a public smoking gun is not the same as innocence, and they never proved it, is not the same as there's nothing to prove. The real issue was never one hidden chip. It was concentration. One company, legally tied to one government, was on track to wire a third of the planet's networks. You don't have to prove a single crime to be nervous about handing your entire nervous system to a company your rival can lawfully lean on. That's the whole ball game, and nobody sells it as a headline because it doesn't fit on a jersey. Here's what the pros knew and the coverage missed. This was never really about phones. A phone is a leaf. The prize was the radios, the base stations and network core, the boxes bolted to towers that actually wrote a country's traffic. Huawei was the biggest maker of that gear on Earth, close to a third of the market, undercutting Ericsson and Nokia on price. Ban the phone, you annoy a consumer. Ban the radios, you're defending the network itself. And it goes deeper than hardware. Whoever writes the 5G standard owns a slice of every 5G device forever, through standard essential patents, the rules you literally cannot build a network without. Huawei quietly amassed the largest single pile of them, more 5G essential patents than any other company alive. That's not just selling gear, that's writing the rulebook and collecting rent on it. Letting a rival author the world's most important network scared people far more than any backdoor, which brings us to the bill. Section 889 barred the US government from buying the stuff back in 2018. The FCC built a covered list and told rural carriers to rip Huawei out of their towers and replace it. Sounds simple. Congress found the tab ran billions of dollars over what it first set aside, because pulling trusted infrastructure back out is brutally expensive. Trust is cheap to give and murder to claw back. So what did all this mean for you, the person just trying to buy a phone? If you owned a Huawei, that 2019 cutoff is why your next one shipped with no Google Apps, no Play Store, no Maps. If you lived somewhere rural, the cheap Huawei gear in your local tower had to come out, and someone had to pay to swap it. Your carrier options and the box down your road quietly got rearranged by a fight you never saw. And the twist ending, the ban didn't kill Huawei. In 2023, it dropped a phone with an advanced homegrown chip nobody thought China could make yet. Sanctions and all, cornered, it just built its own supply chain, which tells you the real story here isn't bad company caught. It's two superpowers deciding they will not run on each other's wires. History already ran this experiment. In 1902, Britain finished the All Red Line, a telegraph web touching only British soil, because empires don't run their nerves through a rival's wires. And once a power decides that, it never buys back in. So here's my one call, and blame the cat. Not anyone with a real job. No administration lifts the Huawei ban before 2030. Not this party, not the other one. It stopped being politics and became plumbing. And Huawei won't wait around. By 2030, it's wiring more of the world's networks than the day America banned it, just not our half of it. Screenshot that. That's the invisible war, fought in patents and base stations, not headlines. It's the same fight behind who owns the airwaves over your own house. And that story's coming to this channel. Follow the cat so you catch it. I'll be in the CRT.